We're getting it going, Bigfoot World. Give me 1 second, guys. YouTube's always late. All right, Bigfoot World. First thing first, guys. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Give me a thumbs up. What's going on? I see you in that. I'm always late. I wouldn't be late. It wouldn't be a Friday Night Live if I wasn't late. I'm late a minute, Audrey. That's what's up. But it's good to see everybody on here hanging out, waiting on me. That's a good thing. That's a good feeling. But I still need them thumbs up, guys. What's going on? Thanks, everyone. I see you. All right, guys. Let's get it going. First things first. Where everybody at? Gives you time to talk. That's what's up. 55 on here. That's what I was waiting on. I was waiting on you guys. You guys thought you was waiting on me. I was waiting on you. What's going on, Paradox? I seen that. I seen what you did, man. I appreciate that. Real Clough Mama. I see everybody on here. Frogman. Annette. Now, that's not a walking stick. It's a old Indian rain stick. We'll get into that stick. That's, man, that stick hit me in the back. It took about 10 years off my life. I freaked on that one, man. What I did this time. We'll talk about that too. I'm good in that. We're doing it. Wow, Dennis. Saturday morning. It's Friday Night Live here. That scream got me, man. But we'll get it going, guys. I don't know where everybody's at. They must be sleeping from the turkey. All that turkey this year. What's going on, Leon? But anyways, let's go. I don't know where we going, but we going. But anyways, guys, I didn't get to make it out to Forbes State Forest this week, as you guys seen. All this rain, hunting going on. It sucks. It sucks. It's like I'm limited to what I can do, and then work on top of it. It's kind of a nightmare, really. But we're getting it done. We're getting it. I got plans already in place for Fred and somebody else. Fred and Eric. We're gonna get out there and check out this new spot, man, in Bigfoot land. I've been there a billion times, and I never seen that area. I never seen it's like a whole nother maze. And that makes a lot of sense because every time that I would go up into the layers from like 1, 2, and 3, they would just push back into that. So we're going down in there and check that out. It looks like there's a cave going that mazes back into the end of it, like the maze that I used to go to. So we're going to check that out. I want to check it out like now. I can't wait to see that. Yeah, I hear you, Susan. Man, Dayton is a whole new world nowadays, guys. I ain't been in the Dayton field in years, and now that I'm back out here playing games with the rest of them, guys, we'll get to that one too. We'll get to that one a little bit later. Thanks, Mom. I see you on here. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. It wasn't bad. It wasn't too bad. I got to spend mine in the woods with Bigfoot, and that's how he shows his respect, by sticking me with a stick. But I could hear him pushing away the whole time I was going up into them rocks. I could hear something pushing away, snapping and cracking, going in through there. And then once I finally got in to where they took the peanut butter at, man, I heard him. I heard him going in. It's like he was only a couple seconds ahead of me because I heard him going in through that little tight that gap in between them rocks. I heard him going in through there. So I just snuck in through slowly. I tried to let him know that I was there. It's like, look here, I'm here, man. I got some peanut butter for you. I ain't trying to do nothing else. So I go in. I didn't even take like 4 steps, I don't think, up in there. And the stick put me in the back, guys. I will never be able to make a sound like that if I tried. If I tried. And I will never admit to that sound either. So don't ask in person. It just caught me off guard because I heard this thing moving away, and then like a minute later, this stick just cracked me right in the back. It actually knocked me up against the tree that I was passing. It hit me so hard in the back, I staggered sideways about 2-3 steps up into that tree. It rattled me. It shook the shit out of me. It's been a long time since something like that happened. I wasn't expecting something like that at all. At all. I was scared to leave. I was actually scared to leave because I had to come back in past and out around that rock that it was up on top. Man, that's just stuff it just don't happen every day. I squealed like a girl. Man, squealing ain't the word for it. I don't know what the hell that was or what kind of sound that was. That sound like Jeffrey. That's the sound that Jeffrey would make for sure. There ain't no doubt about that. What's going on, Frog Man? I see you up there. That shit ain't gonna happen too many more times. I know that. But I think it was just let me know that he's there and he was cool. He was cool that I was there, or he would have jumped down on me for sure. I should have showed you that redwood twig. I don't know if I seen it. But guys, as I was getting into, I got to get down into that maze area. That looks interesting. They got that completely barricaded over. Like there's brush laying over top of it. There's only a certain little corridor, like going down the long length of it, and you really gotta shimmy and bob and weave through there. It's not easy to get in there. They got that little area protected for a reason, and I just want to get in there and check that out. I need a padded vest. Man, I need a diaper at that time. At that point, I definitely think I peed a little when that shit happened. I don't know. If you notice, I left. I didn't stay too much longer after that. Well, I didn't get a chance to upload the video, the second part of that video. It was just today was just too much. We worked 12 hours, 13 hours. We're at peak at work, and these hours are just beating me down. I actually just woke up like an hour ago. That's mainly why I'm late. I was sitting here waking up, getting my mind right, getting ready to get tortured by you guys, made fun of. I knew it was coming, but that's the part that you got to deal with. Going on, Scotty? It's probably a wishbone from Bigfoot's turkey. Nah, it was a fat stick. It was a stick about that big around. He flung it up over that rock and cracked me right in the back. And it was like a double hit because it hit me in the back and in the back of my leg. That freaked me out. My whole legs, my thighs was jumping, rattling. I wasn't right. Even on the way home, my legs was still shaking. That was some scary, freaky shit. I know he was close. He was right there up on top of me. He had me. If they wanted me, they had me. But I'm definitely it caught me off guard. Turkey jerky. You mean you just burn the shit out of it? Cook it an extra 4 hours. That thing, it's not jerky. That shit's crispy heat. I hear you, Renee. And hey, you can't that laugh. I mean, that scream right there. That's probably the last time you hear that scream from me. I don't know where that came from. I didn't even know I had something like that in me. The scream that high pitch that caught me off guard. I hear you, Dorothy. You had some headphones on. My fault, man. I definitely wasn't expecting it at all, whatsoever. But there's some other things. I don't even know if you really seen the new part yet. The new part of the maze because the second video wasn't uploaded yet. But shit, dang. That now that I think about it, let me see. Cause you might not even seen the new part yet. Because I wanted to upload that second part of the video this morning when I got off of work, but it didn't work out that way at all because of I was tired. 12 hours of work. I passed out as soon as I came home. But you guys might not even seen the new part in Bigfoot Land. I gotta check. I usually watch that too. Not that much, but I do check in on that eagle nest, that watch cam here and there. You guys might have seen it, but if not, you know what? I don't think you guys did. You might not get to see it until this next video coming up in the morning. You won't get to see the new layers that I found. My damn commercials are irritating. I apologize for that, guys. They irritate me too. Every time I start watching my video and then that commercial pops on. It seemed like the commercials don't come on until something good is about to happen. Right before something good about to happen, then that shit. Oh yeah, you guys did see it. You guys did get to see the new layers. But if you notice going in through them layers, man, back in there to where it's mazed out, you can really see how brushed up it is in there. That's a crazy area. And I don't even know why we never even checked that side of that mountain out. But me and Fred's going down in there. We're going to check it out. And I now that I'm looking at it, I remember seeing you guys' comments about bring a gun down in there with you because anything could happen. And I don't know if there's a way out, if we're going to have to climb down in there or what. But I want to get down in there. It's well guarded. It's well covered over with trees, brush, just crisscrossing that whole thing. But I want to get in depth with that bad. That's all I've been thinking about. What's in there? What's in? Is that a cave in there? I want to get in there. Except the girl sounds the same. Paradox. I see you. That's true. What was your question, Robert? Let's see. My fault, guys. I'm getting caught up on you guys' comments. My date story, we'll get into that. I've been thinking about that, man. I don't know if I really don't like telling stories about like shit like that. I don't know if I should tell you, but what I can do, we'll get into that. What time is it? 7:22. We'll get into that. Kruger or Mountain Cat, we got them both. We even have Panthers up in here. I seen Panthers a few years ago. Steven, Cookie's good. She been a pain in my ass lately, but she's good. But anyways, man, I've been back out into this dating, trying to like juggle work, Bigfoot and dating all at the same time. Man, I see you, Dorothy. I promise. And I'm getting into it. I'm just trying to figure out ways I can tell you what's going on without telling you what's going on, right? So I've been getting back out into the dating world. Real gambling, kiss and tell. I hear you, Randy. Let's see, how can I put it? I've been getting back out into the dating world lately, and it's been an adventure. I say the most. See, the problem I've been having is I got this curse to where I can read people very well. Somebody knock on the door, chances are I know who it is, what they want before I let them in. Before I even get up out of this chair, it 9 chances out of 10, I know what's going on, what he wants, and who it is before as they're coming up the steps. But I've been talking to 3 individuals, right? These 3 girls, not all together, not you know what I mean. It started off with there's 3 altogether, right? We'll start off with number 3. Number 3 came from Philadelphia, and her parents live here or some shit. She from the mountains here, but she moved to Philadelphia, and something happened with her family, and she came back here, right? So I've been talking to her for a couple months online while she was in Philadelphia, but I knew her when she was here. So, anyways, she comes, and it was like I read her right off. I knew she wasn't into nothing serious. She was just wanting something to fill the space. You know what I mean? So I just went along with it. I just kept my guard up, kept my distance, and went along with it. When she got in the mood, she would hit me up. And she even made late night booty calls. This is a weird thing. She was like a dude, so to speak. But I don't give names, Scotty. That's not going to happen. That's why I'm telling it the way I am. But she just like when she was in the mood, she hit me up and show up, or vice versa. If I felt like talking to a female, I would hit her up. But it was just like physical. It wasn't no feelings involved with it. So we just kind of just keep it as that for now, so to speak. So I was more or less looking for feelings instead of some physical shit because you get that shit anywhere. So I moved on to the second one. The second one pops up. I start talking to her, and she from around here. She been from around here. We tried this shit once before, this dating thing, like a year or two ago. We started talking, and that shit didn't work out. And I don't know what I was thinking to try it again. So she came around. Actually, I went and picked her up. She don't even got a vehicle, but I picked this one up, and she lives about 2 towns over. I went and picked her. She corn fed? No, not at all. Not this one. The first one is now. No, number 3. I said number 3. Now I'm gonna have to give him names so I don't get them mixed up. Let's say the one from Philadelphia, that's Mountain Girl, right? And the second one I'm talking about now, the one in the past, we're gonna call her Past. All right. So I picked Past up. She lived about 2 towns over. I go get her and I bring her here. We're gonna spend some time, get to know each other and shit. Try it again. So I go pick her up, bring her here. We're hanging out, watching my old videos. She don't seem too interested whatsoever. So I kind of just change up from my videos to just regular funny videos, and we're bullshitting. And I said, you want something to drink? I got water, Mountain Dew, whatever. If that ain't good, we can take a ride, go get what you want. She said, can I get some mics? All right, here we go. I got an alcoholic. So I got to get in the car, take her. Maybe she just want to break the ice. We ain't seen each other in a while. So maybe she just want to loosen up a little bit, have a couple drinks. I'm with it. Let's go. So we go down. I get her case of Mike's lemonade, hard lemonade or whatever, and a couple of bottles of fire water. And we come back here hanging out. I didn't even feel like drinking. Actually, I didn't even drink. I drank coffee most of the night, and she sat there and drank. And we was just hanging out, bullshitting. And she ended up spending the night, not in my bedroom. It was just one of them things. It was getting late, and we was tired of talking. So I said, you know what, I'm going to bed. I'm crashing out. And I went to the bedroom, and I brought out some blankets and pillows for the her to sleep on the couch. It was like our first date, really, and I didn't want to push things. So I just was a gentleman. Go ahead and crash out on the couch. I'll take you home in the morning. So the next morning comes, right? I'm trying to feed her. Day one, I was trying to feed her. She wouldn't eat. She didn't eat anything. So day two comes along. I'm thinking, man, she got to be hungry. She ain't eat nothing. I tried to feed her. I had her all day and she wouldn't eat nothing. All she wanted to do is drink. And being drunk from the night before, you would think she wouldn't want to go get some breakfast. So I asked her, hey, you want to go down? There's a diner down here. They got good breakfast. Let's go down here and get some breakfast. And she's like, nah, I'm good. I don't like eating in front of people. So, all right, well, I'll make you something to eat here and you can go in the living room and eat. You got to eat something. She said, nah, I'm going to finish up these mics in here. That should have been a sign right there, right? It's like 8:30 in the morning. She want to finish up the case of mics that I got her from the day before. Whatever, man. That's like a turn off right there. It's like, all right, I got an alcoholic now. How can I get rid of her? So I ended up just leaving. I went. All right, you can hang out here. I gotta go, man. I didn't want to just say, "Hey, you ready to go home?" Like I was using her or some shit. So I'm gonna go check out my uncle, see what he's doing, and I left her here. And let me rewind the tape a little bit. When I picked her up, she came with a purse. That's it, right? So fast forward to day two. I leave. I leave her here, and I go with my uncle and hang out with him at the club, my favorite spot, which I shouldn't have did. So she ransacked my house. She ransacks the shit out of my house. I don't know that's just things girls do, which I know that just try to get to know the person by going through some of the things to see. You know how that is. So I let that go. I didn't say anything. I could see everything was ransacked, and we're sitting here talking. She says, I finished up that mics. Is there any way we can go grab some more? I said, well, I got to be at work tonight. I can just I can grab you some and take you home and drop you off because I know you don't want to spend the whole day here, the whole night here by yourself. I'll just drop you off. I'll get you something to go. And she ended up talking into staying another night. Figure hell with it. What can it hurt, man? What can it hurt? So I ended up. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna bring in the the third one that pops along. But the first two girls. After I finally got rid of this one, I bought her another case of mics just to get rid of her. Pretty much, she didn't have no clothes. She ain't bring none of that. 3 days in, all she wanted to do is drink mics in that firewater. So she didn't eat nothing whatsoever. I tried to feed her so many times. All she had was alcohol. 3 days, all she ate was alcohol. So I got rid of her, and before she fell out on me because of not eating, so I finally got rid of her. This the Philly girl, whatever it is, red flag, right? I already know. She out the picture already, but Philly girl, she keep calling. And amongst all that shit, this third one pops along, and it ain't even no dating. It ain't none of that shit, guys. This one, it's like, what happened? What's going on? Now it's scary. It's almost scary because the last person that I was with was one of them Wiccan witches, and like on our breakup, when we broke up, she casted a spell on this ring to where I don't even know what it was. I don't even want to sit here and say what it was. But fast forward to this new one, it was like if you watch Love Potion number 9, I felt like I was in a trance. This person walked into the room. My friend brought her over. It was like, who are you? Where the hell did you come from? It was crazy. It was, we just hit it off too well. It was just too perfect. She was feeling the same thing I was feeling. It felt like this magnet was pulling us together. We didn't even know each other. We didn't. never talked to each other, and all of a sudden, it's like I felt like I knew her my whole life. It was maybe our souls was hooked up in the past life or some shit, but it was a feeling like wow. It caught me off guard. It scared me. It's like a girl like this could end up cleaning my bank out. She could take me for everything. So I caught myself pushing myself away on this new one, and I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. But this new one is all right, man. It's stay single. I don't know about that, but this new one, man, is something different. She's totally different. And I really can't get into it because there's complications with the new one. It's like God's funny sense of humor. Here's a perfect one for you. You she keeping it right at like barriers. There's barriers in there that I can't even talk about, and I can't even give her name. Half the time I don't even remember name, but it's like when she comes into a room, it's not even a room. When she come into what did we see? Like if we're in a bingo hall, right? And I'm sitting there playing bingo, she'll come into a door behind me and I can feel her coming in. I mean, I know she's there. It's the weirdest feeling ever. And it happened so many times to where I would turn completely around and she's coming out across the room. It's like, damn, is she cast a spell on me? Is this chick a witch? I think I asked her a few times, hey man, I need you to do me a favor. What's the name of that spell you got on me? And can I borrow your book so I can reverse this shit? But I don't know what it is. We just hit it off too perfect, too perfect. Hopefully, in the near future, you guys will get to meet her. Rather to be out in the woods, we're here on a Friday Night Live, and you guys can give me your feedback on what you think about her. I have better luck banging Bigfoot's sister. You're probably right on that. Which watch out. I hear you, Kelly. But it's just a feeling that you can't explain. It's like there. I don't really believe in no love at first sight, but there's definitely a draw there that on both ends. But we both feel the same way. Is the weird part because I asked her, it's like, what is going on? Are you feeling this magnetic pull that I never felt before in my life? It's a weird ass feeling, and it caught me up. It's almost scary, and it took me back to like my pap. I always used to ask him, "When am I going to find this right girl?" You know what I mean? Asking him stupid questions, and they always say, even no matter what it is, when you ask that question, they always say you'll know when you find that right one, and then that one just pops up all of a sudden. It's like my pap was right, man. I know she's the right one, but it's like a lot of barriers involved with it that it might not never happen. But if it does happen, guys, it would be a great asset to the paranormal because she likes everything that I like. Going out into the woods, exploring the paranormal world, all that. And I think she'll be a great asset to the paranormal channel. Hopefully we kick it off and we'll see what happens. But she live in like Uniontown, and that's the next city over. Is she married? Kinda, kinda. That's kind of a barrier. Hey, Brian, I hear you. JC, you skipped a day, and that's what's up. 28 years. Well, you kind of did date after 28 years of knowing each other. You just said, hell with it. Let's just move in. I hear you, Alan. But yeah, that's what's been going on in the dating world. There's like two whammies and one that I just can't touch that I wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? But we'll see. You never know what the future holds. Let's just see what what happens? One thing I don't do is try to push things, force things, because it just don't never work out when you forcing a relationship or anything for that matter, business wise or even buying a car. Don't rush into shit. Try it out, feel it out, see what's going on. Or STDs. Yeah, you got a good point. And that's another thing. Playing Russian roulette in the dating field, you never know what's gonna pop up. But it's been all good for the most part. I've been doing all right. Actually, work has been taking so much out of me, but it's keeping me on my toes at the same time. I do want to talk about work for a second because a lot of things happen and it changed me for the good. Um, Taking on this new position from package handler to operations manager, it was a very big step that I didn't realize at the time that I was taking. But now that I've taken it, it's throwing challenges at me that it made me like second guess. Can I do this? Am I able enough to pull this off to make it work? But I was even ready to throw in the towel at times. Like I'm in over my head. I can't do this. There's no way I'm going to learn this computer work. There's no way I'm going to be able to print all this stuff out. But my main boss put a fire under my ass. We was in a manager meeting just recently, and she looked at me and said, I mean, all of our managers was in a huddle, and we was having a little meeting after work meeting, and she looked at me in my eyes and said, "What do you do here?" I was stuck. I'm thinking, what do I do? What do I do? That you know what I mean? What do I do? That was a question that I just couldn't answer. What do I do here? I really had to sit down and think, what do I do? But I thought about it. I'm still thinking about it. And I really bust my ass there. I put in work, but at the same time, I wasn't putting in enough to do what I was supposed to do to actually say that I was being the operations manager of FedEx. So she put a fire under my ass, and I sat down what I don't know. I got how to step by step, printed up. I mean, I'm going to get it. I'm going to make it work. And so far this week, I've learned a lot just in 1 week. Then I did it in the whole month pretty much. The reports on printing them out, I mastered a lot, man. In this last week than I did in the whole time. Just by her saying, "What do you do here?" lit that fire under my ass to make me say, either I'm going to fail or and give up, walk away. But that's not me. I'm not built for that. So I'm an Aries and I like a challenge, but I thought I was in over my head with that challenge. I'm not going, it's going to happen, guys. I'm going to master that shit. And I'm going to master it fastly in a very fast time. If you guys understand what I'm saying, check your strengths and your weaknesses. You're right. Focus on learning how to improve. And that's what I've been doing this week. Everything that I didn't know, I made it a point to learn fast. Even if it wasn't even on me as a manager to do, it was on another manager to do. I learned that. And just in case that manager ain't there and I can just fill in his shoes to where she'll never ask me that question again. If you got to ask, what do I do? Then you know what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't be there. So that's just lit that fire under my ass to make you realize what I do here. Make you see what I actually do here. Nah, nah, pussyfoot. I can't do that. I'll be fired. Toasters last a long time. But that's where I've been at with work, man. Juggling with that, learning everything. It's a whole new experience. Yeah, I'm an Aries. March 23rd. It's not that easy, Alan. There's a lot to being an operations manager, and you don't really realize until after you're walking them shoes. And there's so many classes you gotta take every month, and you fall behind it. There's a lot, man. There's a lot. But anyways, that's enough complaining on that. We'll get it. We'll get it. I just want to let you know that hey, it only takes that little bit to light that fire under your ass to give you the will to do what you got to do to make shit happen. And all she said was, "What do you do here?" And it made me think. It really made me think, and I'm still thinking about it. It's like, what do I do? I mean, I know I do there. I do good when I'm out there, and I make shit happen. But when she said that, it's like maybe I ain't doing enough. Maybe I need to step it up a little bit. So I did make some things, make some changes, and what I don't know, I will know soon, very soon. I already did that, Sapphire, and I appreciate that. Okay, Fried Daddy, March 21st. That's cool. All right, now we're going to shift gears from that, and that's going to be hard to do after talking about that. Okay. Make shit happen. Hey, I do the I really do, especially when I'm under pressure. It seems like the more pressure I'm under, the more I perform, the better I perform, especially when there's a deadline. At the same time, I'm not going to let them create something that I don't want to be either. I'm not going to go in there being an asshole, bossing everybody around. That's just not me. I'm pretty well laid back. At the same time, they want me to crack the whip when need be. So there's a fine line with that. From being a boss and being friends, it's almost like being a parent. Almost, it's hard to explain. But that's enough talking about the job world, out in the jobby job. My next trip, guys, I want to get back into Bigfoot Land and check that maze, but at the same time, there's two other places I want to get into and check out. I want to get into, if you guys remember back, way back, a lot of you new subscribers definitely don't, but when we took that bike trip, we that bike trip out the bike trail to Ohio Powell and did that overnight, and we ended up finding that exploring going wrong. I think I'm going to go back to that area. It's a no hunting zone. I'll be able to get down in there with no problem. It's just you get the feeling once you get down in there, if you get caught down in there, you're not coming out of there. They're not going to let you just walk out of there and leave. It's a bad feeling. It's bad vibes down in that where they do them sacrifices and shit. But I want to go down in there and see what changed, see what all happened since the last time that I've been in there. That's going to be coming up this week too. Why there's deer season's about to start up. Last week was bear season, small game or whatever. It's hard to get out there into the woods with hunting going on without having to worry about getting shot. The last time I was out there, I heard like 4 or 5 shots close. Have you tried dropping a cam down into the crevice with this? Nah, I just found that area, so I want to get down in there with Fred and them. I got a plan in place for that. I got a lot I want to do this week. I want to make happen. I don't know how well it's going to happen, but I definitely want to get out there. I want to check out that old place that I found before, get down in there and see what's going on, what changed. I've been trying to get the Forbes State Forest, but it seemed like every time I plan to get out there, I got a day off, it rains. It's just cold rain too. It sucks. No, that I can't definitely can't take Cookie out there. Yeah, you remember Barry, that old sacrifice table that was down in there, and there's just a lot of bad things. I think there was little kids' feet and blood on the rock along the river. It was just a bad sight altogether. It was bad, and the only vibes that I got was I got to get my family out of here, or it's just not. They're not going to make it out of here if we don't go now. It's like get it and go. But I want to get back down in there. I think I'm gonna get Fred and a couple other guys, and we're going to take a trip down in there this week and see what's going on. It was a bad place. It's definitely a bad place, and it was just weird when we was going down in there, down into the road, in the middle of the road, and it was not even a road. It's a gravel road. It's a dirt road. At the top, there's a government gate saying they don't say anything. It's red and white stripes on it for like stay out, don't come in, whatever. But as we was going down in, there was like 1,000 butterflies, big butterflies, all circling, flying over, landing on the ground right there. But they was like in a cluster in one little area. And then we went through the butterflies. They was flying all around us, and we come into that table. It was just a freaky ass place to be, and that's why I ain't never been back since. And that's been like 4 years, 5 years maybe. It's been a long time since I've been in there. I think we're due to go back and check that out, see what's changed, see what's happening there, see if they're still doing that shit. Well, are you wearing the color orange when you are in the woods? Renee, because the Bigfoot don't like orange at all. They know what orange represents, and they know to just push away from them. You go in there with orange, you're never going to see anything, hear anything. They know what orange means, what orange represents, and I'm not going to do that. I don't want to make the Bigfoot think that I'm in that category. I'm not going to do that because it could change the way they feel about me. Picking a spot to set where your friends are and play. Nah, I never tried that. No, Sharon, I definitely won't wear orange. I see you, Diesel. Try it. Go into a place where you know there's Bigfoot at. Wear orange for like a week. Just walk through there and see what happens. See what activity you get. And then the next week go without anything. Just regular clothes. Or just a regular average person, and walk through there and see what happens. You'll see a big difference. Right off the bat, you'll see a big difference. I've been really watching about the hunting thing going on. If I go out there deep out into them woods and I see vehicles parked, I'll just turn around and come. That's another thing that's been happening a lot this week. I'll get up in there, deep in there, and there'll be hunters parked all through there. So I just loop back around and come back out of there, try to find another place to get into. It's just hard to get out with these hunters. But at the same time, it don't seem like there's as many hunters out there as there used to be. It's like it's people just giving up on hunting. At the same time, I don't see too much game out there. I don't never really see turkeys or none of that. Pheasants. I don't. The deer population, the way it was 10 years ago to now, it's like the deer becoming extinct. Most of the wildlife out there, I hardly ever run into anything out there, and it's supposed to be game land full of game. Where's the game at? I mean, did we hunt it out? It's weird because I've been in the woods a lot. I'm always in the woods. I hardly ever see anything lately. These last 2 years, I never see hardly anything. I seen a fox, a couple deer in the last year. When it comes to animals, I don't know. I don't know. With this zombie deer disease or whatever going on, you don't. Who knows what's going on? Was they over hunted? What's going on? I see the squirrels are making a comeback here. That's about the only thing I do see is a lot of is squirrels and chipmunks. Everything else is like fading away fast. What's going on, Lee? All the way from Canada. I definitely did. My chat's wrong. I wouldn't doubt it. My screen glitches. There is a voice. Did you hear the voice? I think I did mark it in there. It was on this first video. Definitely. There was a voice as I was talking. There was a voice over mine, and I'm not. You couldn't really make out what it's saying, but there was definitely a voice there. You have a huge TP. You heard more than just one voice. You heard I'm late for dinner. I hear you. I hear you, Brad. You did sound like a woman. Yeah, I ain't going. We ain't gonna keep harping on that now. Like I said, guys, I don't know where that sound came from. It caught me off guard. It's more than you guys. It's like I was so shook. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. I ain't got no excuse for that, but I didn't know I could make a sound like that until I did it. And then after I did it, it's like, damn, you just screamed like a bitch. It's like whatever. I must cried on that one. That scared the shit out of me. And I see you, Dean. You heard a Mel's voice. Thanks, Paul. That means a lot, man. Yeah, I've been smiling a lot lately. Like I said, this third girl that I've been talking to, and it's a whole different ball game with this one. I can just sense it, and that's what's scary, and it's just making me push her away. Like when she calls and shit, I try to push her away just for that reason, just because it's like happening too fast. I ain't ready for that yet. It sounded like a what? Which direction did it come from? I couldn't even tell. I have a stick around. That's an old Indian range stick back there. When you turn it upside down. If you guys remember, it had feathers on each end, and I stuck it out in the third layer of Bigfoot land, and they ended up biting the band off of it to get the feathers. They took the feathers off of each end and left that stick. They didn't like the stick for some reason, and there's teeth. They left their teeth marks taking the band with the feather. They left teeth marks in the stick, so I brought it back just because of its teeth marks still in the stick. His whole like top bite is in that stick. It got chewed. Yeah, they split it too. He's got some power. Ever think about dating Big Mary from Canada? I'm just getting back out into the field, guys. Just stepping into see what's going on into the dating world. Nothing fast. I really ain't even got time for it because of work and out into the woods. But in between time, we'll see what happens. Thanks, Paul. That means a lot. It ain't so much just pushing away. It's just like it's moving too fast. It's scary, and it's like we don't even know each other, but we do. It's weird. It's the weirdest feeling in the world. But I'll keep you guys updated on and see what happens. Wait till year 2021. Is that the year I get snatched up? That was a weird question. Leanne, I like everybody. I don't dislike nobody. That's just me. Right. You need to take a trip to Skid Row. Find no, I ain't trying to do that, Brian. I ain't even really looking. To be honest with you, I'm just messing around, so to speak. I don't know what you want to call it. I ain't even trying to get into that shit too much, cause it's like, who cares? And that's probably the best advice I've seen in months, Patty. Thanks. Hey, Paul, that's good to hear, man. But we're gonna get it. We'll figure something out. We'll definitely figure something out. See where it goes. But oh shit. Speaking of the devil, how's my housemate? I ain't got nothing. Just me and Cook. Me and Cook's hanging out. Jeff ain't trying to feed the homeless. Nah, I, see, I knew I shouldn't have got into this shit, but it's out there. A nice older lady to go to bingo. What'd you think? I'm 90. I ain't that old. I just used bingo as a scenario. That's like when she walks into the room, even if it's filled, my eyes will draw right to her, no matter where she's at. Whether she come in behind me or whatever, I'll notice that it happens so many times that it's like I can feel her coming in a room full of people. It's weird. Can't talk now. You got a what, Dean? That's what's up. It's cold here too. We supposed to get snow. They've been calling for snow, but it's just been rain. Milford 269. Hey Barry. Not even not I'll keep you guys updated. It's 70s in Texas. It's always hot in Texas. In the middle of winter, you're out there swimming and shit. What did you notice of the leaves difference before you? My fault, guys. Let me take care of this. You know how, and it happens with me a lot. I'll talk about something and it happens, like instantly. I talked about the person and they start texting and shit. It's just weird, and it's not the one to where we got the magnet pull. It's the one that wants a case of mics every time you turn around. So I'm going to spin this one and let her go nicely. I'm not the type of person just say, "Hey man, I'm not in alcoholics. Just go away." I just pretty much just quit engaging. Pretty much disengage, if you want to, so to speak. I don't like breaking people's hearts. It sucks. So I just push them away slowly. If you want to say breaking people's hearts, but anyways, guys, 39. I don't even know what the temperature is here. It's pretty cold out. I don't think it's that cold, but it's getting cold. I think it's in the low 40s. Okay, Frogman. You out there getting a suntan in the 80s. Damn, I'm glad you said that, Lee, my ghost mate. Guys, my friend, last Friday, after the Friday Night Live, last Friday, I was in the living room playing the game, right? I'm glad you said that. I was getting ready to end it without even telling you guys. Listen, about this shadow person, it's in this house. It's freaking me out. It's ramping up a little bit. Shit's starting to, it's like I'm trying to ignore it and it's ramping it up. But last Friday, after the Friday Night Live, I was in the living room playing. Um, I was playing some kind of game. I don't even remember what the game was, but my friend called me. My neighbor. They pulled in, and they said, "Are you on the porch?" I'm like, "No. Why would I be on the porch? It's dark and cold out." And they said, I just seen somebody walk across. There's somebody on your porch. Somebody just walked across your porch. So I went and I looked out my door and shit. I ain't see nobody. I opened up the door, poking around. There ain't nobody out there. But I could see the people in the car out back looking up. Like I just seen them walk across your porch. And I asked them what it looked like. And they said I couldn't make it out. It was like a tall black shadow walked across the porch, and then I lost it. I couldn't see it again, and I thought it was you up there. That's why I'm asking you. Wow, it just glitched out bad. But she said that's why I'm asking you, or you're on your porch. And I said, no, you just seen the shadow person that's staying here with me. He's been showing himself a lot. I said every Friday Night Live, he crosses from the bathroom going down my steps, and it like freaked them out because they never seen nothing like that. But I see it all the time passing through. And what was I doing? What was I doing? I was looking down. I was sitting here looking down at my shoes. I was tying my shoes, and I seen like right in between me and my shoes, a ball of light, a blue light, like flat flickered right in front of my eyes. It like appeared and disappeared right in front of my eyes. And that was the other day, but it's been ramping up. Whatever it is, it's getting stronger, and it's letting me know that it's here. Bob sent you pictures. I need to see. He got entities. I got some. You can take them with you if you want. Come and get them, Dean. I'll give you all the entities you want. You're probably right about that, Brian. But he's here and he's showing himself a lot more than what he usually does. Cookie's been acting weird around him. I leave and she'll just terrorize, barking the whole time that I'm gone. And she didn't used to do that. She just started that shit recently. It's me that's ramping up. You never know. Things are like going too good around nowadays. It's like there's so many good things. There's more good things going on than bad things in life. And it used to be the other way around. So I'm just been going with it, nothing but good vibes. And that's another thing with you guys. That's one thing I like about Friday Night Live, because there ain't nothing but good vibes on here. And let's keep it like that. And it's like hardly ever you see negativity, and let's just keep it like that, guys. We got a good thing going here with this Friday Night Live. We learn a lot from each other. We got people in here from around the world, and we learn so much from each other with what's going on in the world, and that's a good thing. My frequency is being raised. You're probably right. You think it followed me home? All right, Lee, I'll check it out. Diesel in New Jersey. Thanks, man. I appreciate that a lot. Thanks, Leanne. That means a lot. And I seen your text messages. I seen your text from the cave. Rolling with the changes. That's all we can do, man. That's all we can do. Life is like a roller coaster, man. Enjoy it before it ends. That's the best way to be. That's why we're a great bunch. We have fun. That's the bottom line. It ain't nothing but fun here. We have a lot of fun. Do a house blessing. I'm not going to do that because it's. We'll see what happens with it. I don't want to start messing with it and then it get worse. You know what I mean? It's already starting to do its own thing a lot more than what it should. By tomorrow, Scotty B, thanks, man. All right, guys. With that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and hit the bed. But definitely in the morning, first thing in the morning, I'm going to get you guys up a video, the second part of Bigfoot Land. And then by then, I'll just keep on running with them. The next one, I'm not sure if it's going to be Forbes State Forest or going down into where I was talking about with the exploring gone wrong. I'm going to get back and see what changed in there, see what's going on. I want to get into Bigfoot Land. I got a list of things I want to do, I have to do, and it's just no time to do it. But I will make the time for this, definitely. With that being said, guys, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and definitely want to stay tuned for what's coming up next, because you never know what the hell we're going to get into. You never know, especially with this hunting and everything going on. It's just my places are limited right now until after deer season. But once deer season is over, I'll be back into the regular routine again. With that being said, guys, definitely stay tuned for this next crazy ass adventure. And thanks for the good night, guys. Stay tuned.